For 47 years, the USS Midway served the U.S. Navy as one of the largest aircraft carriers in the world. Now a museum for over 1 million visitors on an annual basis, and today, the stage for the Purina Pro Plan Incredible Dog Challenge as we celebrate 20 years of this iconic canine competition. Join us as we honor our military aboard this historic American ship. San Diego, California, home to one of the most historic and famous aircraft carriers in our lifetime, the USS Midway. Today's stage for the Purina Pro Plan Incredible Dog Challenge. Hello everyone and welcome aboard the USS Midway. I'm Trace Worthington. Today we not only celebrate 20 years of the Purina Pro Plan Incredible Dog Challenge, but we also honor our amazing military dogs and handlers. In addition to that, we honor our military veterans. And for the first time ever, we'll host a competition right here on the USS Midway, the flight deck of an aircraft carrier. We'll check out small and large dog agility, 30 weave up and back, and freestyle flying disc. So literally hang on to your hats as we get ready for our first competition. My broadcast partner, Shalene Cockrell, breaks it down for you.
It's a set course of obstacles that tests the dog's abilities to run, jump, weave, and maneuver while following commands from their handler in order to get through the course correctly in the fastest time possible. Get ready for large dog agility.
How cool is this, Shalene? The deck of an aircraft carrier about to host our large dog agility competition. Romy DePaul Dumers and Sprite will take to the arena first.
Sprite is a bearded collie, 7 years old. And the difference here, as you said, being on the deck of a ship is different than being out on the grass or indoor turf. So the footing may be a little bit different for our competitors in agility today.
Coming down from Calgary, Alberta to join us aboard the USS Midway. Doing a nice job so far, Shalene.
I love watching that hair flow as he runs through the obstacles. Very quick, the height of the bars, height of the tire, set to the height of the dog. And they're doing a really nice job out here. You can hear him bark occasionally going through. Romy says that he is known for his tight turns and that he rarely makes a mistake. We're seeing a clean run so far.
And that's how you win an agility competition. So they'll come in with 0 faults with a time of 36.83.
The hair, and clearly jumping high enough to not knock any bars down.
Love the name here, Popeye in Juby Ruschenberg.
Popeye is a professional model and actor appearing in print and commercial advertisements. So named after a character and doing some of that type of work as well. Very focused and intense on the field, but Juby says off the field, this is a very mellow dog.
3-year-old male border collie. Border collies always excel in the agility competition, but celebrating 20 years, we've seen a lot of different breeds come into this event.
Oh, of course, any breed can do it with the right practice and training. The herding breeds, which includes the border collie, do excel at this because of their focus and drive and desire to work.
Where do you think they got the name Popeye?
Why did they name the dog that, or from the show? The Sailor Man, perfect name for being on a ship today.
Exactly, perfect character for the USS Midway as they come through with a time of 36.33, so they'll take over the lead.
Nice clean run, waiting for that teeter to get to the ground before jumping off, which is required through the weaves and the course clean.
All right, locals from San Diego, Shelly Van de Velde and Sprite.
I love their story. Sprite, of course, another border collie here, but she started doing agility when she was 8 years old after she first saw an IDC event on TV. She said she was immediately hooked, and then this is the first dog she got on her own. She got Sprite when she was in high school, and they've been competing together ever since.
And now Shelly's a professional dog trainer and freelance video producer.
So the sport has truly influenced her life in all realms.
I'll tell you what is going to be memorable for all of these competitors to be aboard the USS Midway competing with their dogs.
Good, calling him back, making sure that that communication is there because it is the key to this event. The dogs don't know where they're going without their handler.
Another clean run, Shalene. 0 faults, 38.60. That'll put him into third.
Very nicely done. Look how far back Sprite takes off to clear the jumps. That is some serious distance and height with that ground speed.
Stacy Perdot and Journey get ready to take to the flight deck. The 5-year-old Border Collie.
As you said, this breed does excel at this event. And they're all doing a great job. Different styles. We're seeing different styles going through the weave. Some are going through in small dog style, hopping with both legs together. Others doing the one step through the weaves, touching that yellow contact as is necessary.
Time to beat 36.33, a very fast time set by Popeye.
Look at the full sprint Stacy's at in trying to direct Journey through the course. Fast dog and a workout for the handler.
Another clean run. That's 4 in a row. This time, 34.80, so they'll take over the top spot.
A little FaceTime right there. He's looking at the camera. And here we get a direct shot coming off the dog walk, through the tire, and over the jump. Staying focused and on track.
So here's Forrest and Kim Terrell, a laundry list of accolades with this team right here. The 6-year-old Border Collie, always successful in agility competitions on course.
Always successful, lots of experience, this team working together. Fast through the weaves. And as you can see here, Forrest going ahead of Kim. That means that he's able to follow commands away from her. A lot of dogs have to see their handler or see the hand command, but she's calling out verbal cues and he is going to the obstacle that he needs to be at.
Lucky visitors aboard the USS Midway today to not only witness the museum, but see the Incredible Dog Challenge go down. Wrapping it up, 0 faults for Kim Terrell and Forrest, 35.02, second place. That means Journey wins it.
Hundredths of a second separating these two dogs, but if you look at Forrest on the right, just a slight pause in that running contact could have made all the difference right there. Close finish between first and second.
Very close, but Journey is the winner here aboard the USS Midway in large dog agility. Sean Smith is on the flight deck with our winners.
What an amazing large dog competition. The lead changes throughout the entire event, but what I have to ask you is what was it like running your dog on the deck of the USS Midway, an aircraft carrier?
It was mind-blowing. What an experience. I mean, I had no idea what it was going to feel like until we actually got here. Just, there are no words. Amazing.
Well, congratulations. You are the champion here, and that's a first, the champion here on the deck of the USS Midway. That's never before been done. You're number one.
Wow. It'll all sink in at some point. Right now, it's just pretty surreal.
All right, we'll throw it back to you guys.
All right, Sean, a great experience for these canine athletes and handlers. Small dog agility coming up next and a whole lot more from the USS Midway and the Purina Pro Plan Incredible Dog Challenge. The Incredible Dog Challenge is brought to you by Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs. Welcome back. The USS Midway was America's longest-serving aircraft carrier of the 20th century. In June of 2004, it opened as a museum which serves over 1 million visitors on an annual basis. A spectacular and educational experience as we get ready for the small dog agility competition. Porky Pig, I love the names today.
That's right, and Popeye, that we just saw in the large dog agility, was run by Kama's mother. So Popeye and Porky Pig are in the same household. Working well together here. Porky Pig is a rescue from the Arizona Humane Society.
Great to see the rescue dogs out here. What makes the difference with a small dog that size, Shalene? What are the challenges?
A lot of times the handler has to stay closer to the dog because they're so small. They're actually looking more at the handler's feet as opposed to looking at the hand command. So proximity, their hand command was useful, but voice and body positioning important for small dogs. And just like Popeye, Porky Pig has also done some acting. She's been in PetSmart ads and has a role in a true crime documentary for A&E. So very famous dogs out here. Yes.
I mean, clean run, no fault. A little bit on the slow side, Shalene, but still a good pace at 48.35.
That's so cute. The teeter is a really hard obstacle for the small dogs because, as you can see, they have to get up there and just wait for that teeter to hit the ground before jumping off. That is a safety factor, and they get big time penalties assessed if they jump off early.
Another cool breed, a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel named Dot and Antonia Rotel from New Jersey. Third to go here in small dog agility.
Cavaliers are very willing and a hard-working breed. The breed is also known as the Comfort Spaniel because they're said to live to make their owners happy.
Dot is actually a licensed therapy dog and also a trick dog. She loves entertaining children and visiting schools.
Multi-talented, all the dogs out here today, and very vocal. Dot's going to let you know that she's on the course.
And a great place to entertain on the flight deck of the USS Midway with all of the visitors here.
Getting to watch this historic moment for the Purina Pro Plan Incredible Dog Challenge. 20 years and being on the flight deck. And a clean run.
Great to honor the military, especially with the clean run. 39.33, they take over the lead.
Very quick little dog up and over the dog walk. They do have to touch the yellow contact as they come off the dog walk, the A-frame and the teeter-totter. And then quick between the obstacles, and of course the execution has to be fast as well.
From Half Moon Bay, California, here is Yvette White and her dog Roxy.
This is their first time competing in an incredible dog challenge event, and what a first it is to be here on the USS Midway.
Cute dog.
The tough teeter having to sit until it hits. Nicely done. Oh, and a mistake here on the weave. So they have to go back and correct that mistake. So not only are they going to get penalized for the mistake, but also the time to make the correction. Still didn't get through it clean, so these are going to really add up.
A few different mistakes, and they're translated into seconds. So really, for these guys, it's all about having fun and kind of feeling out the competition.
And of course, Roxy doesn't know any different. She's just out there having fun. But Yvette knows that their chance on the podium is gone. Another mistake there on the weaves. So she's going to try and just stay focused and get through the course at this point.
Well, just being here and gaining experience in agility definitely helps these competitors. And the most important thing here, Shalene, is Roxy has had a smile on her face the entire run.
That's right. She is happy.
She's like, I don't care about the mistakes.
She doesn't hear those beeps.
I'm on board the USS Midway. 65 faults. They have a total time of 128.49, but you have to hand it to them, having some fun out there.
The weaves really gave the most problem. You can see Roxy turning all the way back around to look at Yvette, which was body positioning problems on the course. Here, she ran past the jump she was supposed to take and just kind of got off track.
Cindy Zengrilli and her dog Simon from the St. Louis, Missouri area will take to the flight deck the fourth competitors of 5 in small dog agility. How cool is that? Look at the aircrafts in the background, the helicopters, so cool on this deck.
Oh, the scenery is amazing. This is a 5-year-old Shetland sheepdog, part of the working breeds, bred to herd sheep. So fast, intelligent, and likes to have a job to do. Oh, right there, missing that jump as you watch the other dogs before. There, going back and correcting, but those beeps are going to be adding fault seconds to their time for the mistakes. That's slowing down on that contact. Make sure that the dog does not miss the yellow, which can happen when dogs do a running contact and possibly jump off early. Fast ground speed with Simon. Having to call him back. But that's where you see that the commands really matter. The dog's listening. She was able to call him back before going on to the wrong obstacle there, so that was impressive.
The faults cost them 15 seconds, 62 seconds total.
Working together. They have to know where to go. That was the missed jump and wrong entry into the tunnel. The judge's hands go up, and those seconds get added on.
Karen Beatty Massey and her dog Bella come to us from Seattle, Washington. A 10-and-a-half-year-old Pumi. This is interesting. I haven't seen this breed yet.
Two cool things about this. 10 and a half years old. That's awesome. But the Pumi just got recognized by the AKC as an official breed.
Wow.
They were bred to herd stock as well. So all those same characteristics as a herding dog to excel in this event. And this is a good breed for people who lead an active lifestyle and want to include their dog in that lifestyle.
Time to beat 39.33. These guys often compete over in Europe, including 4 times at the European Open they've competed. So international touch. They're used to competing all over the world.
Experienced and getting through this course fast, Trace.
Very fast, and it pays off right here. 0 faults, 38.53. So your winners in small dog agility, Karen and Bella.
Bella taking the win by less than a second. You see their runs side by side here. And the difference comes in how the handlers work this series of jumps. Bella does an S configuration dot going back around in a circle, and that right there could have made the difference between first and second on the podium.
And Porky Pig in third, Dot in second, but the championship goes to Bella. Sean is with the small dog agility champs.
Congratulations on the win. And the Pumi was just recognized by the AKC as an official dog breed. Now, a Pumi, I've never even seen that before, but what an athletic dog. Talk about this dog.
Oh, they're amazing. They're actually pretty perfect for agility. They're, light on their feet. They were bred to herd stock, so they can turn corners like nobody's business, and they love to run.
And what I love about her is the oldest dog in the competition by far, so the old dog showing all those young dogs what's up. Congratulations, you're the champ.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to be here.
Thanks, Sean. Coming up, more competitions featuring some of the nation's top canine athletes. But first, I sit down with military canine trainer Cameron Ford for a salute to incredible military canines when we come back to San Diego aboard the USS Midway. Welcome back, everyone, from the flight deck of the USS Midway, and there's a great shot of the USS Essex pulling through the port as we welcome you back to the 20th anniversary of the Incredible Dog Challenge. Salute to military canines, and I had a chance to sit down with Cameron Ford, elite military canine trainer, to talk about these incredible troops. It's really special having the Purina Pro Plan Incredible Dog Challenge on the USS Midway, and you know, it's a much different and a little bit more unique than our regular competitions. We were able to have a fun demonstration, a very educational demonstration with me, Sean Mills, on the arena. Tell us a little bit about that.
So, similar to what military and police dogs go through, they have to jump over hurdles, they have to jump over jumps. So in the military or the police dog world, it's jumping over a wall or jumping over a fence, simulated just like by the hurdle, crawling through a tunnel. Any type of working dog may have to go through a tunnel to get to another area, or if something is hidden there, be able to go into it and find it. There's also cases where you may have to pick up your dog and carry it. And all those different things you have to experience and put your dog through, you have to train for that. So a lot of this ties into what these dogs do professionally as well.
You have the human beings and then you have the canines, but it is really no difference between the two, right? You're all one team. So how does that relationship and bond feel?
Not only does, like we talked about, the dog and the handler have a relationship, but the entire military force where that dog is assigned to, that entire platoon or the entire troop or the brigade, they all have a bond with that dog. And they look at that dog no different than any other member of that unit. And in most cases, those dogs are even more special because they're the tip of the spear. Whenever they're gonna have a dog go out and work, that dog and handler are always out in front, doing what they can to ensure the rest of everybody behind them is safe. So that trust is not only between the dog and the handler, but the entire set of troops behind that dog have to completely trust that team to do their job.
You know, one thing that people might not know or understand because it may not make the news, but how many lives do these canines save? I mean, what is the impact in the end?
It's a huge impact, and it's something that can't even be measured. The dogs have saved countless lives to the point where even the U.S. government wanted to see if there was anything better than a dog. And after vast research, the best thing out there was a dog. And in a theater we had IEDs and we were dealing with unknown explosive threats, even General Petraeus at the time increased the number of working dogs to that environment because of the amount of lives that they saved, reducing the injuries and the loss of troops in a combat zone.
I bet you have a few good stories of you training a dog and then the dog going out to the troops and then that dog making, again, a huge impact, possibly saving lives, and then coming back and now you see the dog again and potentially the military member, right?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, for me and all those that do the same job as me as trainers and all the guys I work with, it's a huge, tremendous, overwhelming feeling when you talk to one of the guys and they come back from deployment or after they've retired with that dog, and they tell you the things they've been through and the experiences they had and where those dogs saved their lives, or in some cases, even those guys saving the dog's life by what they're doing and that unique bond. And 25 years later, I'm still in awe at times watching these dogs learn and watching them get good at explosive detection or watching them get good at being able to do some of the things that they do for their handlers. And it's a rewarding feeling you just can't measure.
Much respect, and what a great asset to our U.S. military. 30 weave up and back and freestyle flying disc ready for takeoff next. You are watching the Purina Pro Plan Incredible Dog Challenge from San Diego and aboard the USS Midway. Welcome back, everyone, to the USS Midway. In celebration of 20 years of the Purina Pro Plan Incredible Dog Challenge, Purina donated 15,000 pounds of dog food to America's vet dogs. With an assistance dog from the America's Vet Dogs by their side, a hero is never alone. And to help those who have served our country honorably live with dignity and independence. For more information, visit vetdogs.org, a great organization. As we get set for our next event, Shalene tells us more on that.
It's a head-to-head race where focus and determination are key. 30 weaves down with a 180-degree tunnel turn and 30 weaves back. The first dog to complete the course and cross the finish line is the one that wins. Get ready for 30 weave up and back.
All right, fun competition coming your way as we're ready to kick off the quarterfinals of 30 weave up and back. Simon and Cindy Zengrelli will take on Kim Terrell and Force. Force is a 6-year-old male border collie. Simon, a 5-year-old male Sheltie.
And of course, Simon on the top of your screen, Force on the bottom. And a mistake right out of the gate, so Simon has to go back and correct, but Force stays on track. In and out of the tunnel. If no mistakes are made by Force, this is his race.
Kim Terrell and Force, such good competitors. Oh, mistake. I jinxed them.
They have to go back in and correct that. Can they do it before Simon gets to the finish line? A little twist there at the end.
And that's experience paying off right there, getting back into it quickly after the mistake.
No doubt. The jump out of the gate right away went to Force, and then that mistake by Simon. And then we thought Force had it easily going into the tunnel out of the first set of 30 weaves and back up the course, but then Force also lost focus and jumped out too quick at the end, but was able to correct fast enough to still take the win.
Force will head on to the semifinal. The winner of this duel will take on Force. Karen Beatty Massey and Aria, and Antonia Rattel and Dot.
Dot, a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, and Aria, another Pumi. She is the daughter to Bella, who we just saw win our small dog agility competition. And right now, Aria out in front. Very quick.
Family affair aboard the USS Midway today.
And possibly another win in a different event, staying on track all the way through the end. Yes, we didn't speak too soon that time. Aria will take it.
Great job by Aria, hanging in there the entire time, mistake-free. That's how you win it in 30 weave up and back.
In and out of the tunnel and that 180-degree turn, back into the weaves all by herself and focused right across that finish line.
Great job. The next race will feature Journey and Stacy Pirdeaux and Popeye and Juby Ruschenberg.
So we have a Border Collie versus Border Collie matchup here. Of course, we saw both these dogs earlier in large dog agility. And a quick start into the weaves by Journey. Journey was our winner in large dog agility, so maybe going for 2 titles here today. Out of the tunnel and back to the weaves before Popeye even makes it in. Very fast. Oh, and a mistake is made, having to go back and correct. Popeye staying on track, and it's going to be Popeye's race.
That was close, and Journey, just that costly mistake.
The same mistake we've seen every race so far, just not staying focused. They're used to the 6 or 12 poles from agility. 30 here is a lot. As you can see, Journey popping out, having to go back and correct, giving Popeye the chance to make up the distance and come across that finish line first.
All right, final pairing in our quarterfinals. Who will take on Popeye in the semis? Will it be Tinsel or Porky Pig? It'd be fun to see Porky Pig and Popeye battle each other out.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be a good one. Of course, Porky Pig is our Chihuahua on the top of the screen. Tinsel making a mistake going into the weaves and having to go back and try and correct. So if our little Chihuahua stays slow and steady, but clean,
Yep.
Porky Pig could advance.
That's what it takes.
Back into the weaves before Tinsel's even out of the first out of 30, but another mistake.
Oh, it's anyone's race now.
This, we don't know. Boy, mistakes and corrections all over the place. Who is going to be able to correct and stay on course? That's the question. Looks like Tinsel's kind of got the rhythm now.
Yep.
Coming.
Tinsel comes out of the course.
So Porky Pig ends up staying focused and on track. Wow.
That was awesome. Look at the kids in the background going nuts.
That was quite a race. Running starts by both dogs to get in, but Tinsel runs right past the entry pole, costing time right out of the gate. But then Porky Pig starts making mistakes. It's back and forth, and there's Porky Pig pulling it out and coming across the line.
That was awesome. So when we come back to the USS Midway, a champion will be named in 30 weave up and back. And then Freestyle Flying Disc will take flight. Stick around. Welcome aboard the USS Midway and the Incredible Dog Challenge. Lots to see and do here on board this floating museum as we head into the semifinal rounds of the 30 weave up and back competition. Those are the brackets. Force and Aria, Popeye and Porky Pig, the two characters, will take each other on in the semi. Getting close to crowning a champion here in San Diego as we look at Aria and handler Karen Massey. They'll take on Force and Kim Terrell. This will be a good race.
Yes, two fast dogs. Larger dog in Force, the Border Collie. Aria or Pumi.
There we go. You can see Force.
So very different styles. Large dog one step with the Border Collie. Aria hopping through with two paws, but boy, the speed is the same. Back into the weaves. This is going to be a close one. Hopefully there won't be any mistakes. Who is it going to be? It could be a photo finish, but no, pulling out there at the very end. Aria, just a bit more energy and oomph getting across that finish line. They were neck and neck with those running starts right into the weave, staying close throughout the entire race. But at the end, Aria took the lead and took the race.
Semifinal number 2, the Ruschenberg family. Porky Pig and Popeye, Juby Ruschenberg, and her daughter, Kama. This will be fun.
You got your wish. Porky Pig and Popeye going up against each other.
Oh, yeah, I did get my wish. Porky Pig and Popeye. This is awesome.
Here we go, little household competition. And right now, the Border Collie, Popeye, out in the lead. Very fast, though he jumps through in small dog style with a two-step. Porky Pig now through the tunnel. If Popeye stays on track in this race, the big dog is going to take it.
Popeye takes it over Porky Pig.
You just keep saying that. Here comes
Yeah,
Porky
I'm just
Pig.
gonna say it all the time. Yeah.
Staying on track, though. Being led by the hand.
Great to see the mother-daughters out here on the USS Midway. Very special for them.
So fun that they got to compete against each other in the way these rounds worked out. But the big dog, the Border Collie, is the one that prevails.
All right, so the finals are set, and a champion will be crowned in 30 weave up and back aboard the USS Midway. It'll be Aria and Karen Massey taking on Popeye and Juby Ruschenberg. So
two fast dogs, as we have already seen. They have stayed focused and determined throughout the races leading up to this final. Saw a lot of dogs losing that focus and concentration and popping out of the weaves. Here it's going to be vital that they stay focused and get through it clean, Trace.
And the weather's been nice too, a little cloudy, but adding some cooling for the dogs. Beware of jet blast, props, and rotors in the background. That's always comforting.
Let's hope it doesn't get in the way of the 30 weaves. And they are on course right now. Aria with a quick jump in and taking the lead in the first set of 30 into the tunnel and out just as Popeye enters. So again, if that focus stays, Popeye made a mistake, going to have to go back and correct. So this is going to go to Aria.
Very clean run. That's how you win a championship, right there. Smooth and fast.
And clean.
And clean. Aria, the winner.
She had a good, fast running start into the weaves and just increased upon that speed and her lead into the tunnel. Kept her focus all the way. Just a faster dog, and she did the Pumi breed proud.
Well, let's check in with Sean on the flight deck with the 30 weave up and back champions.
All right, congratulations on the win, the 30 weave up and back, and this is pretty cool. Mom wins earlier today in the small dog agility. Now the daughter wins in the 30 weave up and back. I mean, talk about running today and the victories in your family.
Yeah, that's incredibly exciting. I love Bella so much that I decided to breed her, and this is her puppy from her first litter, and she's every bit as fast and as fun to work with as Bella. I love competing with her, and I hope to compete for a long time to come.
Goodness. And this breed, Pumi, one of my new favorite breeds, very athletic, so much fun. Congratulations. We'll throw it back to you guys, having a lot of fun down here on the deck of the USS Midway.
Looks like it, Sean. Thanks a lot. More action coming up, but first, I had a chance to catch up with Mr. Midway, Scott McGaw, to talk about this historic museum.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm fascinated. The USS Midway it is absolutely amazing. There is so much history. And when your guests come here, what are the key highlights in the history behind this ship?
Well, this ship was commissioned 1 week after World War II, flagship for naval air operations in Desert Storm in 1991. They're coming aboard a ship that served for 47 years, longer than any other carrier in the 20th century. They're walking in the footsteps of 150,000 sailors, Marines, and aviators whose average age was only 19.
Oh, that is absolutely amazing. And what was it like out at sea? This held up nicely. I mean, it's still preserved. It was decommissioned in, 1992?
1992.
And you guys preserved it and opened it up as a museum.
Yes, it took a number of volunteers, about 12 years to bring Midway back and open it in 2004, about 13 years ago. So we're now the most visited ship museum in the world. A huge amount of restoration takes place here. We are in a constant war against rust, but because of Midway's success, we're able to restore aircraft, open new exhibits, and really make it a world-class attraction.
Now, Jim Allen from Purina came to you guys and said, let's do a dog competition on this aircraft carrier.
Several times.
What were your thoughts? I mean, bringing dogs on board.
So anytime we can do something that benefits from an exposure standpoint, San Diego, the community, I'm a native, so I'm very pleased to do these kinds of things. The Purina people were extremely professional, they were flexible, they were respectful, and that's what made it possible. That package of activities in a way that would work well, being open as a museum, we're more than proud and tickled to death to have everyone aboard today. So this is not your typical museum that closes up at the end of the day. We host events, military ceremonies, and events like this one.
Well, thank you for hosting our entire team. It's an amazing event.
My
Thanks
pleasure.
so much.
Welcome aboard.
Definitely a must-see if you're in the San Diego area. Freestyle Flying Disc is on the flight deck when we come back. Stick around, everybody. Beautiful day continues back here in downtown San Diego and aboard the USS Midway. Trace Worthington here alongside Shalene Cockrell, who sets up our next competition on the flight deck.
It's a choreographed routine set to music where aerial maneuvers and jaw-dropping tricks are the name of the game. This is the only event where both the dog and handler are judged with a possible 50 points each. Get ready for Freestyle Flying Disc.
Check out some highlights of some fun rounds earlier, Shalene, with Sizzle, the dog, and Mike Hansen, the handler from Littleton, Colorado.
Yeah, these guys were fast and focused, and Sizzle covered a lot of ground being a small dog. out there on the deck. She was definitely intense, and they were throwing down lots of tricks.
Sizzle and Mike Hansen, a score of 87.6. So doing a nice job there before we saw Sprint and Bradley Sattler.
And Sprint is a 5-year-old border collie. We saw Bradley compete in the Incredible Dog Challenge back in the early 2000s. And with 20 years, it's awesome to see him back here competing again.
Bradley's auditioning in Los Angeles to be an actor. Good luck to him. 86.3 was the score for Sprint and Bradley. Tabasco and Bettina Koch from Germany.
A 9-year-old border collie, these two working together, and Bettina doing her best to show off Tabasco's skill in the Purina arena.
Dog skills, 44 points. Handler skills, they got a 43.9, very solid. They came in with a total of 87.9. Current leaders, great competition so far, 3 more to go, but first, a truly inspirational story as Linda Elmore prepares to honor her father, who served on the Midway back in 1954.
My partner actually was online and saw that Purina, I'm probably gonna get emotional, Purina had posted that they were gonna be doing something on the USS Midway. And the second she told me, I went into tears. And I said, I have to do this.
I was 22 in 1954. I boarded the Midway from the Naval Air Reserve in Anacostia, D.C. Brings back a lot of memories, it really does. When you walk on it, it makes you realize I was just a small pea and a lot of peas on the board.
My dad is so proud of this ship, and to be able to come here and compete in my dream, the Incredible Dog Challenge, for my dad on his ship is just beyond words.
She has loved this disc dog thing to death. So when she said she had been invited to come to this and she wanted me to come too, I said, well, I'd like to, but I need to stay home, take care of your mom.
Just to be able to say, just competing here is enough, so it's an incredible, incredible adventure, and I totally appreciate being here. It's an honor to be on this ship with my dad, and an honor to be doing the Incredible Dog Challenge.
Oh, great story, and thanks, Charles, for your service. Linda and her dog Malice are next as Freestyle Flying Disc continues right after this. The Incredible Dog Challenge is brought to you by Purina Pro Plan. It's nutrition that performs. Welcome back, everyone, as we continue the Purina Pro Plan Incredible Dog Challenge aboard the USS Midway, the first time ever an event like this has taken place on the flight deck of this historic ship. Malice and Linda Elmore, great story with her and her father, and now they're here competing on the USS Midway, and as we heard earlier, her father served on.
Very touching. Glad that they are here. Malice is a 4-year-old Belgian Malinois, and Linda is a police officer in Washington, D.C. So making the trek all the way to the West Coast for this honor.
Score to beat, 87.9 by Tabasco.
But Malice has a lot of drive, and that's what Linda says separates her from the others, is getting out there and getting big catches just like that around the arena. A lot of good distance work happening right now. Of course, the judges are looking for inside moves along with that distance work, Trace.
You know, it still amazes me that her father served on this ship, Shalene. I walked around inside just a little bit. Very claustrophobic. I mean, it's little small corridors and hallways, and very interesting.
Can't imagine the memories that it brought back for him to be on the ship where he served.
Well, that's what's great about this being a museum now, is everyone can kind of, get a feel for what it was like.
And a different feel here for our competitors on the flight deck. And here we go with her signature move. That was the flamingo throw, executed perfectly with a catch.
That was cool. These guys can name the tricks whatever they want. That's what's great about Freestyle Flying Disc, is some of the names, were inspired by other competitors, and they'll do those tricks, but they can also make up their own.
Anything and everything that they can get their dog to do and practice it so it can be performed can be done. Great routine. What an honor.
That's awesome. 87.8 is their score. There's proud father Charles right there, looking on, cheering her on. Shadow and Lane Wood will take to the flight deck next.
And I love the mohawk on Shadow.
Yeah.
This is a mixed breed, 7 years old. Starting off with some inside moves, some different throws. Again, 50 points for the handler, 50 points for the dog. So this is the one event that is truly a team event because they are both getting scored.
And it's a long time out there, Shalene, and so a lot of training goes into Freestyle Flying Disc. You can't just walk into this and start kind of throwing a disc around.
No, it's just choreographed. They work with the dogs, so they kind of know the moves, what comes next. Getting the crowd going there. Trying to pump everybody up with the music. Ooh, nice. Nice catch. A double bump on that disc. And as we always like to mention, those catches do matter because in the event of a tie, the catch percentage breaks the tie. A skip off the ground, a little bit too much distance on that one for Shadow to catch up. It's definitely a big field that we have because of all the space on the flight deck. Working together, try to do some vault moves, quick grabs. You can hear the countdown coming. These are timed routines. Nice.
And he wraps it up. A good routine and good enough for an 88.2, so they will pull into the #1 spot. Shadow and Lane Wood. Vibe and Danielle O'Neill get ready. Here we go.
Vibe is a 3-year-old border collie, and what's amazing about this dog is that Vibe is deaf, but you would never know it because you can see her focus and talent out there in this event. So she's not hearing the music, but she's tuned in and working with Danielle.
Even though deaf, she knows how to jump rope, dock dive, an accomplished agility dog. Always working on new tricks. Loves to be out here.
Lots of skill. And Danielle loves this event. She started competing in disc dog 10 years ago. So she's an experienced competitor and has obviously done a good job training her dogs and training Vibe, especially because he obviously can't hear any commands. It's all working with visuals and body commands and hand commands.
Danielle says that Vibe's favorite thing to do, Shalene, is destroy her husband's remote controls.
Oh, fantastic. That's a pricey favorite thing to do.
Wrapping it up, 89.6. They will win the Freestyle Flying Disc competition aboard the USS Midway.
All the elements were there. Great athleticism and catches from the dog. Good throws, good vaults. A terrific performance to take the title.
Tabasco third, Shadow in second, and Vibe seals the deal and takes home the win. Another champion on board the USS Midway. Sean.
Congratulations on an amazing routine out there. It was so much fun to watch you guys going back and forth. But I have to know, what's it like competing on the deck of an aircraft carrier?
I must tell you, this is the biggest honor anyone who plays with their dog or does any sport has. I mean, what this ship represents is just amazing, and it's such an honor to be here.
Also, something pretty interesting about your dog. Tell us real quick.
Vibe was actually born deaf, so she hears absolutely nothing. So everything that she's learned is through hand signals, and of course, lots of practice and lots of love.
Oh my goodness, lots of love. Congratulations. You guys are the champion in this historic event. That was awesome.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, I'll throw it back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Sean. What an incredible day. So inspirational and fun to see all of the canines and handlers aboard the USS Midway. And we appreciate the USS Midway Museum for hosting this event and allowing us to come on board and take over their flight deck for the day, Shalene.
Yes, indeed. And of course, we have to give a big thanks to all of our champions for helping us celebrate 20 years of truly incredible dogs.
And it was also fun hanging out with Cameron Ford and Michonne Mills and Indy to learn a little bit more about military dogs, so we appreciate them, along with American Vet Dogs. And of course, a big thanks to Purina Pro Plan and the team at Carson International.
But most of all, thank you to all of the men and women in the U.S. military, both active and veterans, and to all of those who sacrificed their lives to protect ours. We are truly grateful.
For more videos and information, visit IncredibleDogChallenge.com. So for Shalene Cockrell and Sean Smith, I'm Trace Worthington. Goodbye from the USS Midway Museum.